An average flight ticket in economy class costs around $5,000 to go from Mumbai to Delhi. But can you guess how expensive is the most expensive flight ticket in the world? You might think it's $500,000 or $1 million or $2 million, but you'll still be far from the answer. Look at Etihad Airways first class seat, the Residence. This seat is more like a hotel room in an airplane. You get a queen-size double bed to sleep in. Along with that, you get a private bathroom and a separate sitting area. This seat isn't available on every Etihad Airways flight. It is available only on a few flight routes, like the flight from New York to Abu Dhabi. In this 12.5-hour flight, you get your own butler. The total area of 125 square foot will be available only for your private use. It is almost as big as a hotel room. That's why they have named it the Residence, and it costs $5.5 million for one flight. You can buy more than 50 iPhone 15 with this amount, or a very luxurious car, or even a house at this price in many places. If you're shocked, you should know about the opposite example. It'll be equally shocking. Can you guess how cheap is the cheapest flight ticket? This is a European airline called Ryanair. They are known for their cheap flight tickets. On average, Ryanair's tickets are priced between $800 to $1,500. And this price is unbelievably cheap because we should also take into account that the per capita income of European countries is higher. So the buying power of the people is higher there. If it were to be equivalent in India, then divide it by 5. Imagine buying a flight ticket for $100 to $200. Ryanair and Etihad Airways are the extreme examples when compared to each other. But now I want you to guess one last thing. Think about it. Which of these two airlines is making more profit? The right answer is Ryanair. In the year 2022, Etihad recorded its highest ever profit of $296 million. In the same year, Ryanair's profit was $1.5 billion. How is this possible? How do airlines make money? What is the secret behind their business model? And what tricks should you use to get the cheapest flight tickets? Let's find out the answer in this video. In general, there are two types of airlines. First, full-service airlines, and the second, the low-cost airlines. Full-service airlines are the traditional airlines where you get in-flight food and in-flight entertainment. The price of the ticket includes baggage check-in, and there is good enough seat space. Etihad Airways, Emirates, and Singapore Airlines are some examples of full-service airlines. On the other hand, there are low-cost airlines where you are offered cheap tickets, but in return, you lose out on a lot of facilities. And internationally, of course, Ryanair is a good example of this. Often the cost-cutting measures adopted by these low-cost airlines draw a lot of hate. You might remember the incidents from Indigo, which went viral a few months ago. A passenger was so fed up with the flight delay that he started hitting the pilot. Take Ryanair as an example. The original ticket price is very cheap, but once you buy the ticket, if you need any extra service, you will be charged extra for every little thing. If you have baggage with you, you need to pay extra. If you want to select your seat on the plane, you need to pay extra. If you want food or drinks on the flight, pay extra. If you want to use your credit card while booking the ticket online, you would have to pay extra. If you don't check in online before reaching the airport, you would have to pay extra. Ryanair's CEO Michael O'Leary famously said that they want to have passengers pay extra for even using the toilet. Although this plan wasn't implemented yet, because in 2010, when he made this statement, he had to face a lot of backlash. But this gives you a glimpse into the mindset. These miscellaneous fees have become a treasure trove for these low-cost airlines. The money earned is what is called ancillary revenue. And for most airlines, ancillary revenue has been increasing for the past few years. In 2019, the 28% revenue of Ryanair was only ancillary revenue. This company does not hide its strategy, rather openly and proudly shows it off on social media. Often when people complain about their airline on Twitter, their airline's account replies sarcastically. The next strategy is dynamic pricing. This strategy is used by both full-service and low-cost airlines. It basically means that the price of your ticket is not a static price. Tickets are not sold at a fixed price these days. When you book a ticket for any flight online, the price keeps fluctuating and changing. This change is caused due to many factors. Based on the time, whether you are traveling on weekdays or weekends, at what time will you be traveling? How many people want to travel with you on your flight? The price changes depending on demand and supply. The price set by other competitive airlines for the same route. The tickets need to be similarly priced, whether there are any special promotions or not. Complex algorithms have been designed for this. Today, even for the seating in the same class, airlines charge different prices. Suppose 100 economy class seats are free on a flight, and this flight will take off after 10 days. This is just an example. These airlines will divide these 100 seats into 4 categories of 25 seats. The first 25 seats will be sold at the lowest price. The next 25 seats will be sold at a higher price. The next 25 seats will be sold at an even higher price. As the demand for people to board this flight keeps increasing, the price of the ticket keeps increasing. But if one day before the flight, more than half of the flight is still empty, then they will reduce the price of the 25 seats. With low demand, the price will be reduced so that more people choose the flight. A complex algorithm has been developed using data science. It aims to earn maximum profit, but at the same time, to fill up as many seats as possible. If the seats on the flight are not filled, it means that people aren't choosing them and they will incur losses. Many people don't understand this system, so outdated advice is still given to people. So let's debunk some myths related to this. Some people say that if you book the tickets 2 to 3 months in advance, you will get a cheaper price. On the other hand, some people say that last-minute booking will give you the cheapest price. Both these statements are partially correct and partially incorrect because airlines use dynamic pricing these days. The price keeps changing, so for some people, depending upon demand, it will be cheaper to book the flight in advance. For some people, last-minute booking will be cheaper. Everything depends on the demand. But now, let's see things from the perspective of the consumer. Which strategies should you adopt to buy your tickets at the cheapest price? Weekends are always more expensive than weekdays. Statistically, flights on Tuesdays and Wednesdays are the cheapest, because most people who go on holidays travel on weekends and most of the business travelers travel at the beginning or end of the week, on Mondays and Fridays. But remember one thing, there's no hard and fast rule for Tuesdays and Wednesdays because algorithms ultimately run on demand and supply. So in some exceptional cases, it may happen that those 2 days may not be the cheapest. So the second suggestion here is to find the cheapest dates for your flights. Go to Google Flights and check their grid mode. For example, if you want to go from Delhi to Bangkok, choose your dates. Google Flights will show you the cheapest flights for those specific dates. To get an even better overview, you can enable the option of any dates. Google will notify you via email when you can get the cheapest price for this route. And there is the price graph option on the side which gives you an overview across different dates and months of price fluctuations for this route. The third strategy is to consider nearby airports. As I explained in Ryanair's example, if airlines have to pay more to land at popular airports, it means that taking flights to and from popular airports will be expensive for you. So do consider smaller airports. The fourth strategy is to try different websites. Sometimes, some routes are cheaper on some websites. So not only Google Flights, but use Kayak, Skyscanner, Kiwi, and Azar too. These websites give you an overview. It is a good option to check all these websites. If you want to maximize your effectiveness when planning your travel, you can use ChatGPT. So what are you waiting for? Armed with this knowledge, you're ready to conquer the skies without breaking the bank. Now get out there, explore the world. And before ending the video, make sure to click the subscribe the channel and don't forget to share your travel adventures in the comments below. Safe travels, everyone.